In Buddhism, it's said that life is suffering. And I would modify that to say that identification with the body is suffering. Life is not suffering. Life is the full spectrum of experience available to sentient beings. But the tether between consciousness and the identification with the body is very convincing. Until it's not. And when it's not, we call that liberation. And it's a full dissolution of the concept of a separate identity. No longer are you a me, you just are life. And that's when the suffering that the Buddhists say is inherent in life falls away. It falls away because there's no identification with the body. Identification with the body entails birth and death and anger and frustration, emotional pain and therefore suffering. Post-liberation, this is no longer the case. You can learn to disidentify with the body. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll become liberated, but it does mean that you'll gain a greater sense of freedom. To the degree to which you drop identification with your body is the same degree to which you will feel freedom in this life. And when the body dies, you won't be afraid because you know that you're not the body. Instead, you're the consciousness. You're the all-pervading consciousness that is not dependent upon a body. I know this firsthand because when my youngest brother died, something energetic happened within me, and perhaps clinical scientists would call it or clinical psychologists would call it a mental break. But what that felt like and what it still feels like is total disidentification with body form and total presence as just consciousness. And I see everything as just the movement of consciousness, and that is liberation. And you can find this too, hopefully without the grief of losing a loved one, and hopefully before your physical body actually dies. Because this life is filled with joy. This life is filled with love. Love is the makeup of existence, and that's felt directly when identification with the body is totally dropped. I invite you here in these talks. I show you how to get here because it's your birthright. It's your birthright prior to your physical birth. You have a right to it because it is your fundamental nature beyond this physical life. If you want to know more, comment below and I'll engage with you directly. That's what this channel is for. It's for direct engagement with the absolute truth of existence. I invite you to your own freedom. If your heart calls you here, then comment below and I'll reach out to you. There's very few people who are ready to disengage with their body, so I don't expect there to be many. But if there's one or two who want to explore with me and dissolve the illusion, let's hop on a call and I can show you your freedom.